Scorpios, welcome in to your July 2025 tarot reading. So, how are you Scorpios doing this summer? Hopefully it's been treating you well. I do feel like this summer the energies have I definitely feel the shift. I feel they've lightened up. In some ways, they've intensified, but in some ways, they've lightened up. Like, the heaviness isn't so bad, but June was a very pivotal month, so look back and see kind of what happened for you all in June. Some of you may have had some tower moments, kind of big realizations, made some big decisions about your life. And now we're in July, and we'll see kind of how this shifts in July. I feel July's kind of this, almost a bit of recovery after June, or just after this whole beginning of the year. There's already a lot of themes coming up in my readings for July. So there's a lot around... I feel like a lot of the collective is needing support, and however what that means for you, I feel like right away when you hear that, you're going to know exactly what that means. It could be meaning just, financial support. It could mean you feel like if you're single, or if you just feel, even if you're in a relationship and you just feel like you carry the load, like you are responsible for everything, making sure everything happens and managing day-to-day life, and that can feel overwhelming. So that could mean there's more support coming in July. There's a lot of energetic and divine support, but I do feel like this is going to manifest physically for you. Let's see, the support one I want to talk about. The Chariot's been coming out a lot, so things are going to start moving faster. If you feel like things have been slow to progress or slow to change, even if you've made some big decisions and are kind of, taking steps on the new path, it could still feel like, okay, I'm still a little like, I need some turbocharge here to help. So the Chariot's been coming out a lot. I know I'm missing one more, and I can't remember it. There was another theme. Oh, unexpected events. So Uranus is moving into Gemini, and this is the last outer planet to move this year. We've had literally Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. I feel like I'm missing one more, but maybe it is those four. But I know all of those. So Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn have all shifted already, moved signs. That's big. Those are, in astrology, those are big changes because the outer planets don't move. They move slower, so they change less often. For example, Pluto shifted into Aquarius last November, as you all know if you watched my channel or other channels. That was a huge, big shift. That won't change for another 20 years. So these planets usually stay in their signs anywhere from, late, I don't know. I think Uranus is going to be in Gemini for like 9-10 years now going forward. So this is a big change this month. So that energy is definitely coming up in the readings. There's a lot of unexpected shifts, unexpected change, unexpected revelations, information, clarity. It's been coming up with the Ace of Swords a lot. So that's like real clarity, like really like truths coming up. If you've been holding back your truth, if others have been holding back their truth or just facing the truth, definitely it's kind of like the metaphor of like the pink elephant in the room. Like in regards to your life, there's been something that's just been like this huge elephant in the room that you've just kind of have been in denial or just kind of tiptoeing around for a long time, not wanting to face it. That's also, it's time to face that. It's time for it to really become, talk about it, let's address this, and what do we need to do about it? Okay? So, I think that's all I wanted to say. Just some housekeeping as usual. If you're interested in a private reading with me, you can schedule one on my website, which is linked below in the description. So definitely check that out. Also, check out and follow my Instagram, which is actually called Lyran Crystals and Tarot, my TikTok, and I do have an Etsy shop. So take a look there. I do handmade crystal jewelry that's been energetically aligned, cleansed with Reiki and full moonlight. There's also a couple items on there that aren't handmade that I do look for special unique pieces that I can get you guys for a good deal, that I think that whether a lot of it has to do with the stones, so what's going on energetically, what I'm being drawn to, what I feel like the collective needs. So that's why I work with stones, and you see them in my readings. Stones are very important in regards to supporting us in this physical reality, whether it's just support, whether it's charging us, helping us attract things into our life, or protect us. So whatever you're going through, there is a stone to help you. Definitely there's stones that you should always have around your house, by your bed, where you're working, by technology and things. So I have my shungite here by my computer that helps kind of with the kind of protect from kind of the energy and the waves, the internet waves and things like that. So definitely, if anyone's interested in me doing videos about stones or what stones to use for what, let me know. But I may start doing that just because the last year I've been brought back to stones. I was kind of obsessed with them for a while, into them, and then it kind of waned for a long time, a few years, and then all of a sudden this year, and what I'm channeling is stones are really needed right now to support us through kind of the energetic shifts and what's going on in our reality. So that's personally, and also, as we know, collectively in the external world. All right, Scorpios, this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I'm going to actually pull two different types of oracle cards here, and then we'll dive into the tarot for you all. And then I'm going to pull the Time Traveler's Oracle. All right, Owl, Vigilance. Okay, so there's some significance with owls for you Scorpios this month. So maybe you'll see owls a lot this month. There'll be a symbol about that. I also feel like owls are very, have a lot of wisdom, a lot of information and knowledge. So I'm getting that you're going to be receiving the wisdom of the owls, I'm hearing. So there is some definite wisdom to that. Before I pull, I'm actually going to read this Vigilance, because that can kind of be a lot of different things. Okay. So it says, listen carefully, concentrate, do not become distracted, sit deeply with any decisions needing to be made. The guidance, be mindful like owl, listen carefully, concentrate, stay focused, be vigilant, scan the landscape, your world, for opportunities that you may not be seen at first glance. Sit deeply with any decisions needing to be made. Wait, observe, do not rush. Owl also represents wisdom and helpfulness and had the power of prophecy. So there's something about really needing to, I'm getting tuned in too, because it talks about the owl and how its senses are so, you know, high and connected. And it can like see things and hear things and pick up on like the movement of a mouse underneath the snow. So it's like really needing to like connect, and there's something you're going to pick up on that's going to help you in some way or give you like some guidance or wisdom you need. Like it talked about, if there's some decisions that need to be made, I wouldn't rush them. Don't be impatient. Have some patience with it. Like sit on it and don't make any big decisions until you know, like you're like, yes, I know this is the right thing for me, or this is the right decision to make. So here we have playfulness, Woodstock, New York. So that's has a very summery energy. It's interesting. We have winter and then summer. One more thing I picked up and I forgot to say. So this owl card is very wintry. So I do feel like there's some shift by the winter time here. I feel like there's something about the winter and kind of foretelling that has some sort of impact in July. But as far as foreshadowing, it's going to shift you and play out through the beginning of winter, which again, the Northern Hemisphere would be December, I would say. But I feel like for all of you, no matter where you're located, if you're not in the Northern Hemisphere, there's still something around December. So 10, deliberation at the feet of Lao Tzu, China. So it's interesting because we have these two cards flanking the playfulness. So like these are similar. Also, I noticed in this deliberation card, there's more birds. There's cranes here. So there's something to, both these birds are taking flight here. They're in flight. So I feel like there's movement. There's symbolism about, you're in the midst of some sort of movement, moving somewhere, taking off. This could be traveling or actually like a move, but you're moving energetically in your external world in some sense. Something's shifting. Something's taking off for you. There is something about deliberation and needing to make a decision, and I think it's really calling on you to really go within, connect to your intuition, to higher guidance here. Don't be too impulsive. But what's interesting, playfulness in the middle. I feel like this is talking about July in general, of just needing to like take it easy. You know, I'm also getting that, you know, you only live once, YOLO energy of like, don't be so stuffy or stern, or like there's a lightheartedness that also has to be, which is going to help you in these areas. Like if we focus too hard, if we deliberate too hard, that can be too stuffy, and it can also it's like you're trying to force information or understanding. But the playfulness, if we're just light, airy, enjoying life, maybe there's going to be lots of opportunity as well for you to play, socialize. Then you should definitely do that this month. There's that guidance of needing to play. All right, let's dive into the tarot. I have the Tarot in Wonderland deck. So we have the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Chariot. And I'm going to pull this Two of Wands. So these two cards, and this is another one that just jogged my memory. The Chariot and the Seven of Cups have both literally, I almost want to say they've come up in every single reading. They've been crazy. What I'm getting with the Seven of Cups, as far as just the broad energy here, is, you know, the Seven of Cups in this, you know, this deck's a little different, but all of these cups, the 7 cups, have different things in them, and they all represent different dreams, different desires that you want. And this is about really fulfilling those. I feel like in this month, there's going to be a lot of different opportunities for you to really, dreams coming to you, desires coming to you. And I like this deck with Alice because she's really seems excited, enthusiastic. It's almost like that energy of when you actually, something finally comes to you. And she's looking at these dreams and desires and it's like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening type energy. And with the Chariot, I mean, this is amazing energy of like, they're coming to you. Things are coming fast. There's movement here. And you're moving towards your dreams and desires here. And also with the Two of Wands, it's like Alice is now seeing where she's headed. She's looking out into the broad distance and seeing all the different, like her life is opening up. She's seeing a whole new world that's in front of her that she's now able to experience. And that's what's really coming forward. So there could be some decision about, I see this whole new world. Do I want to go this way or that way or this way? Or, you know, there's something about too, this is about making a decision as well and knowing the direction you're moving now. Going back to the first three cards here, there is someone to play here. The King of Cups could be you, Scorpio. You are a water sign. So when I get the Queen or King or Cups, it could reference you and just really emotionally, there's some sort of emotional shift for you, really coming back to like fulfilling your emotional needs and connecting back to things that really align from an emotional standpoint. This could also refer to someone in your life who's also has a lot of, you know, there's a lot of love here. And the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, it's almost like you're trying to find safety and stability for yourself and trying to figure this out. The Four of Pentacles, like can I create solid roots? Where do I feel safe? Where do I feel stable here? And trying to stabilize something and do it from an authentic standpoint of what is right for you. And the Nine of Pentacles refers to like manifesting and creating abundance for yourself through your own actions, through your own wisdom, not relying on somebody else. So I do like this energy here already. So I'm loving this. Let's keep going. We have the Three of Cups, Eight of Cups in reverse. Interesting, because I didn't put any reversals in here, so there's a reason. Temperance. So there could be a situation that you potentially walked away from that you're now kind of walking back to. This could also refer to resisting, kind of like you've maybe been contemplating walking away from something and you haven't yet, or something that you just, this could also be emotions that you're not allowing yourself to let go of from the past. There is some sort of social engagements here with the Three of Cups. You could be, again, with the playfulness card, there could be some engagements that you have planned this month where you're getting together with people, weddings, parties. You know, in the US, we have the 4th of July. So there is something there. And right here with the Temperance card, there is something about like alchemization happening here. There's also support. I feel like the Caterpillar in this card is that voice of reason, giving her guidance and wisdom. And Alice in this card, it has kind of the two mushrooms, and she's kind of like, which one am I supposed to eat? But there's this essence of like, there's support and guidance happening for you in regards to a situation. It's interesting. Let's see more with this Eight of Cups in reverse. So we have the Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the World card. Yeah, so something that is kind of, I do feel like almost there's this contemplation of, do I walk away from something? How do I walk away? Something that's been challenging. You're like, you know, the Nine of Wands kind of is like this feeling like, you know, I'm ready to kind of give up on this. Do I keep going? All right, welcome. Oh my gosh, Scorpios, I was doing the reading. I had to pause for a second, and I swear I hit the play button again, and well, I finished the reading and it didn't record. So definitely part of doing readings and technology. So usually I would probably redo the whole reading, but Scorpio, this reading ended so good that I felt like I didn't want to redo it. I felt like you guys needed to hear this. So I'm going to just go through the rest of the reading here. So we kind of ended with the Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the World. So we talked about that Eight of Cups and kind of something challenging. You're definitely at a point of like giving up, walking away. But kind of there's this like, this to be continued right now with this, like you haven't figured this out yet. But with the World, the Judge, so the next line, I got the Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Judgment card. So there's definitely this clash of egos going on. It could be a clash of egos, or it could just be a clash of what people want. Like people want different things. So if this is a relationship, there's definitely like this third party energy of like, there's something in the way here of this connection. It could also be like, this could be a group of people, friends, family, where there's just, you feel in the middle here of like, and ultimately you're not getting what you want from these connections or this connection. You're not getting what you want. And what needs to happen is this has created a lot of imbalance for you. It's almost like this giving, and like, it isn't equitable for you. It's like investing in something consistently and like you don't ever get anything back from this. So that's obviously kind of crazy, right? Then you'd say, well, why the hell are you investing in that? And it's the same thing as relationships. Like, are they equitable? And I don't think a lot of people stop and think about that. And maybe just most people just accept that. Just accept that's the way it is. Because especially if we're married, or we've been together with someone for, 15 years, we feel like we just have to accept that. I understand that it's obviously, it's a mental game. And that's exactly what this is. We feel like we're bound by marriage, by family, by friends we've been friends with for a long time, or jobs, but because we need the money. But all of that stuff is just a mental game. And those are the things we've been programmed to believe. Like we've been programmed around this whole idea of marriage. And honestly, the whole idea of marriage has, I feel like we're really starting to break down the onion of the reality of what marriage is. And in the structure and the idea of marriage, if you look back historically to why marriage came about, it's kind of negative. It's basically looking at as women as property, and for men to be able to have ownership of land and items, and also mainly to pass them down to heirs, but they wanted to ensure that their heirs were their actual blood. So in the end, women, were tied down. Back then, a lot of men still, cheated and went outside the marriage. But so this might be controversial, but it is the truth. If you look at the history of marriage, really it was created to ensure that their heirs were actually theirs. And we're still, hundreds, even 1,000 years later. I mean, we're actually no 1,000 years, but anyways, I'm getting off topic here, but I'm saying is this is a mental game of telling us that just because we're married, that we have to just put up with something and that we have to feel unfulfilled and stuck. But what's happening here for you in July, Scorpio, is you actually deciding what is right for you, especially emotionally. Don't try and lie to yourself and say, oh, gaslight yourself, or say, oh, be too logical about things. It's really connecting back to your heart by what you're feeling. If you're feeling that this is not right for you, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling abused by a relationship, or like you're taken advantage of. It's time to reassess this and stop resisting, I guess, doing what's right for you. And what I'm seeing here, so then the devil and the devil flew out. So there's definitely a very karmic pattern going on here, or a karmic situation. And there's a lot of resistance and conflict around this. Like, this is the conflict, because if it's marriage, there could be a lot of internal conflict about, oh, well, you know, I said I would stay in this forever, but ultimately there could be some abuse going on. But you could also have suffered for a long time here. So it could also be resisting your fears around your fear of what's on the other side of this. If I do walk away, there's a lot of conflict internally going on. And that seems to be the big overarching theme here. But then I did clarify the 8 of Cups in reverse with the 9 of Wands. I got the 10 of Cups and the King of Swords. So it's almost like you're wanting the 10 of Cups, but it's like with the 8 of Cups in reverse, it's like you're taking 2 steps forward towards doing something better for yourself, but then all of a sudden you take 5 steps back. And this could be tied to this person, the King of Swords, so it could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But it could be tied to this person, like you feel like you make progress with them, but then you take 5 steps back. So you always are feeling stuck again. So it kind of is all going back to this 8 of Swords to me. Everything is keeping you, like, you just feel stuck, but it's like there's never progress here. And definitely you want to go towards the 10 of Cups, but Alice is actually like going in the opposite direction here. So there's some dynamic or pattern here going on that is definitely keeping you stuck in something. But I do like ahead here, we have these 3 major arcana cards. So all these over here is like the past and maybe current, but these are all small minor arcana. So it's like you know, what's that saying? The devil is in the details here, right? Devil in the details. Because these are all little details, but the major arcana are like big shifts, big things in your life. So I like that big things are happening, that you're coming up to big things. And ultimately here, I then clarified the 7 of Cups in the Chariot. Or wait, this was actually... this is what happened. So I clarified the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Cups, and I got the 9 of Pentacles again in the 6 of Swords. So this to me is saying you need to do you, and you need to do what feels right for you and what aligns with what really is right for you. Not what's right for everyone else, not what's right for your family or your spouse, but what's right for you. And it's tied to really connecting back to what's right emotionally for me right now. And when you do what's right for you, I almost feel like being a little selfish here. That's what's going to move you forward into an easier place in your life. You're going to start moving forward and feeling a lot better. And then where you're headed here with the 7 of Cups and the Chariot is this Ace of Cups. So you are moving towards more emotional fulfillment here. And it's going to come in fast once you start to make these different shifts for yourself. But I almost feel like with the Ace of Cups and the 7 of Cups, it's almost like your cup being filled times 7. So it could mean that really, you know, it's like the Ace times 7 here. And I love that. And I've never really heard of that or thought of that in a reading until now. So this is great for you, Scorpios. It's like you're going to be receiving some sort of kind of your dreams times 7 here. Some sort of wish fulfillment times 7 I'm getting. And then with this Judgment card, we got the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So if you are looking for love, I do feel like there's some prospect that is going to be coming in. Some big opportunity for you, and it's going to be amazing. this really has potential here. Someone who's really legit, grounded, strong, very emotionally stable, just has a lot of emotion and love to give, and is really going to love you. If you know, love isn't really a topic that you're looking for, then this could also refer to work. Some big opportunity that this King of Cups is going to be offering for you. So it could be like someone higher up in a company. It could be just something in life that you've been waiting for that's really going to come in suddenly with the Judgment here. So things are really looking up in July throughout how this all plays out here. I love how by the end of July, I do feel like there's some big new things here. So loving that for you guys. So Scorpio, I wanted to make sure that you, I kept this reading for you and that you got to see what unfolded, because I feel like this is some really good stuff that I didn't want to redo for you all. So hit that like button, subscribe as well, join the Lyran Soul Tribe, and yeah, I felt like something was on the tip of my tongue, but there was nothing there. So I will see you in the next reading. Have a good July. Bye for now.